Hello and welcome back. Right, I thought I'd show a little bit of this because, to be honest, it's quite phenomenal the way that these actually work. So I'm going to go straight into a time lapse, but I'm going to show little bits of this, or I'm going to come in and out of the camera. So that's the easiest way. But there's not going to be much chattering, so I'll probably time lapse a few little bits and bobs just to show you. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I thought I'd literally just, yeah, we've done. God a minute, that field 7 was tough. Yeah, no end of like, well, you would obviously have seen it. CP1, where we are now, that has been rolled. Again, a lot of them leaving the course. I've never seen this. And yet I've seen it an awful lot recently. It happens an awful lot on Stone Valley as well. I really don't get it. Why they're leaving the course a lot. But yeah, we have rolled it. And this is ready for, not sure. We've got one canola. I'm going to do one wheat, one barley. I'm not sure. The other one is a sugar beet. Ah, no, it's not. We've got sugar beet in 54. That's right. So canola. I think we're going to do one early on next year as well. A realistic one. I think oats. Yeah. I think we're going to. That is a March plant. It is. It's a very short crop oats. So we're going to do oats in one of these fields. So we've got to get through to next month. So next session, I'm not bothered about rolling them as per yet. We've stuck a couple of hundred, hence the tick-ups of 280 tons. Boy, is this difficult coming around this corner. I thought this time felt sure that I'd missed it, and I still clocked that thing. It's ever so strange. I think I'm gonna have to sort of really come wide. Really wide, and then pull in at the last minute. It's definitely a learning curve. So as you can see, although I've put 216 tons in, this monster on our side has nearly devoured it. And yeah, as we go out, I'll stick this last 108 tons in. I've got plenty to do. This thing is a beast, it really is. This you will see our money absolutely really tick up because of this, because it can devour millions of tons in a day. Millions, not hundreds. Well, as you can see, we put 216 tons and we've only been going real time just about 40 minutes to an hour. So you can see how good it is. It's right down to about 12 tons it was. You can actually watch it before your eyes literally start to disintegrate almost instantly. It is amazing. It certainly is an industrial BGA for phenomenal. Yeah, I don't know what is happening down. My plan was, I'll show you, I will go quickly down there, that we just keep the lin track down here, because it doesn't need much to, but I don't know, it keeps on rolling off the unload point. Let me just find this, because this is so annoying. Yeah, I'm going to switch the interactive zone markers on for a minute. It's that one. I'm going to see which one no. So I think the unload one is there. Let's just put a paint blob down in both locations. That would explain why, in some ways, and I've probably put that in not a very good place. So I need to... Might be better actually thinking about this to actually put a bush or even a rock. I never thought of that, because it's only a rough. And let's put a different rock. Oh no, they're getting bigger. All my life they are getting bigger. A little one. Yeah, shall we? We'll put a bush on this one. Okay, no we won't. All my life. No, that wasn't quite so good. I tell you what, let's do what we used to do. Yeah, we'll stick a... The one thing about painting is it doesn't ever seem to go actually where you are... Yeah, where you're actually putting it. Let's see if there's any decorations, anything that looks something like a little... It's got to be small. I usually put things like... Yeah, it's got to be realistic as well. I mean, something you would see there. Okay, but we don't care about that. We can press the V key. Now that's not bad, because that's almost realistic. Right, okay. Switch those back off. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more. So it's that one there, the stone. We've got to back up to the stone, but I can't. This hasn't got the power to do it. I might swap the lin track out for the. Yes, I bought the other tractor because the. I'll go up there. Show you which one I mean. I've not upgraded it yet, as you will have seen. But I bought this. I thought it's upgradable to 200 and odd, and I thought we're going to swap out the HTZ. Because it's struggling down there. We'll take this one down there, but I reckon now, I'm not sure, the lin track, I think we still need a bit of a, yeah, I don't know whether to, do we stick one of the, oh, it's a waste of a lorry to stick one down there. Maybe if we've, yeah, maybe we'll take one of the big ones down, arrange it and then leave it, and then perhaps the lin track will manage, and then we're going to swap out the HDZ that can be brought to lighter duties, and we'll upgrade the Massey when we've got a bit. Oh wow, we've just had a tick up. And I mean a tick up. Look at that. We've run 210 grand. Yet we've still not put the flour and that into the production. So it's everything switched on, but I haven't done that yet. So I thought I'd start to prep during the winter. We will start to see. Oh, it's doing that thing, or it's borrowing the. Oh well, I suppose it's saving me. Does that mean it's got flour in? It has. Yes, we've seen this before with the Lords. It's both good and bad, because it sometimes means you can't get stuff out of the silo, but in a way it treats this as its storage. So it's the fairies, you could say, are taking our product into this. Yeah, it's working on that one as well. All of them, all three are drawing storage from this. So that means if we dump flour or oats, wheat, barley, any of those that are producing flour, they will actually work, and then they'll distribute to the. That's the point. Did I? I think I did. Which means the bakeries also need water. That's why I wanted the water distributor to be working, so that it would distribute water to those too, as well as, of course, the other thing is I'm sure it distributes to these beasts, and these have got 2 million storage each. The farm supplies production. Sure it does. 826. 12 million! Oh no, this is doing the same. It's drawing storage from that. It's adding that to its own. Oh, this is getting silly, really. Yeah, it's adding 10 million storage. Oh, this is crazy. I think this is also adding this storage to it. Right, okay. Well, this is daft because it means you can't have productions too close to silos, which, yeah, seriously limits you. Right, anyway, that is the end of this session. We have done a lot. I have worked on these a little bit, but it's still a little bit. Yeah, these two aren't bad, but it doesn't like getting short of this bit of stuff at the back. It doesn't bother me. It's not terrible. I've got one of these back in, but I thought, what's the point sticking them in, you Wally? Next month, September, we're going to be getting them out again. Obviously, we're going to be hitting the fields. Mind you, I did say, obviously, I did mean it. We wanted another one of the the 20 metres, but we haven't got the money at the minute, so we'll make do. I thought we shall do one set with the old ones, and we shall grab the big one, and we'll take that down to the bottom field, and we'll get 3 tractors to use the 6 metre ones, which is also 18 metres, and we will hit the... Yeah, this is canola. That one across there is going to be either wheat or barley. And that one over there is going to be wheat or barley. And oats. No, that's right. Canola, wheat, barley and oats. Yeah, no, that's right. Don't really matter which order I do it either. We've got the sugar beet in the field next door. That's going to also... This obviously needs cutting. Actually, that's a point. August. September. No. Actually, I'm going to do that next month as well, because no matter what I do, I still can't get a cut in, because it would be November would be the cut month, and I never cut in November unless it was the first year, because it means it's bold for the next year. So we'll cut this in September, and it's got October and November to grow, and then we'll hit next year with full growth. So yeah, saves. So there is no rush on this, because it's not going to make any difference. But I am going to say my words. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a bit of a topsy-turvy... Yeah, it has. I mean, boy, oh boy, I did not realise how much the animal side was going to... That is so awful. That really was terrible. Oh, okay, now that I really didn't mean to do. Right, yeah. This embankment. I've also thought... Health and safety. Coming out of here is an absolute nightmare. We ought to put some sort of fence. In fact, yeah, let's do it now. Instead of talking, let's put some fence. It's more obviously for sort of looks, but in a way it's still going to be a collision, so we want metal fencing. Like, that's the same as down with the pigs. It doesn't need to be big, it's just a barrier so that it's... You wouldn't go over the edge. Ooh. Yeah, it starts to yeah, that'll do. That's just that nasty bit. Yeah, where if you did fall, in fact, yeah, let's do this as well. Just to about there, I would say. Yeah, it's think if we just try that, I'm sure it acts as a collision, or just pull into it on purpose. Just yeah, I'm sure that is true. No, all my life it's invisible. Seriously, all my life I never realised I could drive through the fence. Oh well. For realism's sake then, because obviously, yes. Yeah, I never realised this was going to give me so much chip. It literally took me ages to get this, because I just could not get up the hill, and I thought, I can get up this one, but I thought, we will, obviously in real life, you get your we'd probably have a storage deal. I've always said this, you've got to pretend that this isn't a proper silo and it would have proper sort of thing in, and of it, because especially this actually would suit us. If it just was TMR, I wouldn't care, but I mean obviously we're also going to make use of the fact we can get all the things for doing the fields and all the rest of it. So yeah, I suppose I've always said this, one thing I loved about in FS19 was the fact that I used to use the, what was it called? It was the second best, and it would look like one of the containers. It was called the container, wasn't it? Of course it was. And I loved that, because if you opened it up, I never used to open it, but then in the end, on every Let's Play, I used to open it because it had shelves with fertiliser and all of the different bits and bobs, and I thought that was realistic because it looks like the sort of shed where you're storing some fertiliser, some seeds, some bits and bobs. Whereas obviously the 82 Studios one, it does all of that, but obviously it just looks like a single silo, storage silo with one product in. So it's sort of unrealistic, but it's more a representation, the same as you can have those trailers that you can attach to a fertiliser spreader. You're not supposed to tow it around the field with you, really. It's a representation of you bringing a thing with lots of tons of fertiliser that you keep chucking into your fertiliser so you don't run out. Obviously the game mechanics can't figure that one out, so you are towing it around with you, but it's not supposed to represent that. It's the same as auto loads. People do get all bent, and I'm trying to play realistically because it does look weird, but then it all does. No matter how people talk about playing realistically, if I go to a BGA and I've got a set of bales and I tip them into the BGA, they disappear by magic. They just disappear into the ground. That's not realistic. This is a game, but if you wish to have a semblance of realism, then obviously this type of thing sort of is a bit of a disruption. The same as auto loads, bales. When you fly around a field, I suppose really they're probably meant for people who, like myself, it's coming from work, I used to have an hour's chill on it, and I haven't got the time like one of the content creators. I mean, that this has sort of become a serious hobby, because you can't say to people, come and watch my content and then not make content. So yeah, I think you can actually. Sorry, I've just noticed how awful some of these bits are. You can't level, but you can soften, can't you? It doesn't actually do any destruction. So if we just, try and take some of these wrinkles out. Yeah, there's quite a bit of work involved in sorting this out, and money as well. Although I did say, that it wasn't going to cost me, but to be honest, because we've made well, and we are going to do well, and I know we are, I've not really been that bothered. Yeah, I don't think I even paid myself back for the scanning the fields, and I said I was going to, which was fair, but I've not bothered, not so far. So let's just take these down. Yeah, I've not been bothered because I don't mean it funny, we've got millions of tons of silage that's going to literally bring in millions again. So am I going to really worry about that? No. If I was a poor farmer, of course I would worry about it. Definitely. And I mean, I'm talking about on the game now. You know, obviously, I know that we've spent a fortune on extra equipment again and all that type of stuff. I'm not worried, because I know what we've got in store. I know the digestates is going to sell for millions. I know that all that we've got is it's a fortune. So, did I plant that field? No, I just got it readied into. That's right, I've rolled it. So this one and the other one are both ready to rock and roll. Let me just pull that up so you can see what I'm on about. Yeah, they should say seedbed. Yeah, they're both prepared for seedbed completely. So that's fantastic. You can actually see the canola's not bad actually. That's not bad at all. The CP35 is cultivated thanks, obviously, not to anything we've done, but that's thanks to JMGaming and the updates. That one came automatically cultivated. So we've not done badly really. Next month we're going to do one barley, one wheat, and then next year we're going to do one of oats. So we've got everything. We've not done too badly. So that's why I think this time I'm not going to worry about getting the second big planter, the Airhawk, until next year. Oh, that's still a bit. Just have one last go at that. It really isn't spot on, is it? It's a bit awful. Let's see if we can do a little bit better. Yeah, it did take me so long to get this right. It really did. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, I haven't done that. Let's, while we've got this thing out, let's just do under here. I'd forgotten to do this. I've done almost everything now, even the BGA. I don't mean there's not finishing little touches to do, but I want it to be smaller. I don't want it to be that large. This doesn't like too close to the mod. Very finicky, ever so finicky about where you can do this. When you've actually got a mod placed, you might have to sort of... Yeah, you can sort of build it up in layers. I've shown this because I build land bridges where you do this, where you can go over fences. You can't actually do it on the fence, but it does allow you to do it either side, which means you can eventually grow it over. But it does still only let you get so close to a mod. So I don't know whether it'll let us put a stone or something, decoration. In fact, yeah, it's... No. It's not decoration, it's in landscaping. Plants. Let's put a stone. Will it let us do that? A bigger one. It still doesn't look right, does it? Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Let's just see. It doesn't look so ridiculous. Ah, that does though. Will it let us level? Now that is a point. It may do. If we do levelling from that point, it might actually let us. If we do it from there. It's weird how it lets you do one thing but not another. Right, I'm not bothered about that. It is a natural thing, if I'm honest, so does that look too terrible? No, it's a bit of a ramp, and that's to stop people falling underneath. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I think we went over with more grass last time, didn't we? We actually buried that. Let's do that again. Because otherwise you're never going to get a tractor out there. We've got to come out a little bit. This we will instantly, so we're on 268, will literally give me the money back. It was 275, wasn't it? It was actually, so we'll put it right straight up another 7 grand or however much this costs me now. If we do level. Oh, it's ever so weird when it hits something like a mod, it instantly stops. You can do it from different angles, I find. Yeah. It's a matter of perseverance. It won't let you, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can't do miracles. Right, 8,000, let's put that straight back in. For once I'm going to do it. 8,000. Smashing. 275 where it was before, and we've done almost all the little tiny things like that. It's not perfect, and it can't be, yeah, because once you place these back down doing that, it does weird things. You'll have noticed some of the grates have got grass growing through them, some of them. Now there is one thing though, one thing that I did realise, and I wonder if it's something to do with concrete. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, now you all know, obviously I did the updates, the map updates, and these, then I moved my XML files in for my objects. Now these ones, the grates I could find, but this one I can't. It's there. I looked in editing at where we placed them on the original map, and the grate's on this side, but no matter what I do, the grate is hidden. On these, where it's on concrete, the grates, as soon as I change the ground level, they appeared. Now that one won't let you do anything because I think it's on bare earth. So if that is the case, I might do a test one time to shift, just put concrete and see if you put a placeable down on concrete, whether it does something special. Wow, do you see the hawk? Oh, it's a butterfly. It's a funny hawk. The hawk's in the distance, but that is beautiful. Absolute wizardry. Absolutely love these. Amazing. Wow, motion blur. Absolutely amazing. It is fantastic. I am so pleased with the update. We will go and properly visit the river on our map at some point. I've also been having a thought, yeah, that grass equipment, but the shed space is limited up here, and I thought we've got half the grass equipment up here. Why not? Because there's a massive, humongous, great headland on this. Why not on this bit of type have some narrow sheds that just run down it, and it's just for the grass equipment, the baling equipment and the mowers, I think, and then we'll keep all the other stuff, seeders and all that type of stuff, up in the yards, because it is a bit tight. The yard is only so big. We've got those Bavarians in, I know, but there's not much more room for any more, and there's only this big pass through as well, so I think we're going to have to get clever about storage and what we're going to do. Now this, I suppose, is actually, yeah, we could. This is not a bad place for a shed, thinking about it. Do you know, Gordon Bennett, the amount of times I've had to hose everything down as well. Right, let's stick this over here. Yeah, let's grab a shed for that. I think that is probably the best place, if I'm honest, just in front or behind the house. I think something like the easy shed, you'll have to forgive me, this is one time I'm going to go for a lack of realism, because there's no way you'd really put a shed in front of your light windows, the windows where your light's going to come in. But, oh no, let's do it properly. Is there a place where that's not bad? Now that's, yeah. Right, yeah, it is, but I'm going to have to shift the... I'm just going to shift the bale pusher, because it's right where I was going to stick it. The trouble is, I hate going next to a field like that, because things come over the edge of fields, whether it's... Yeah, it's true. I do think for once, but probably I am right, that is the perfect place. Yeah, okay, I do, yeah. I'll have to have a good talk to my good lady and say, sorry, good lady, but it's the only place we can have a shed. I know, compromise. We're going to go for it. Mind you, it's for mowers. Can't be too... No, it can't, that is true. It can't be too low. It's got to be reasonably high. Bavarians. Now the Bavarians, I can't turn them anymore. It's like they've turned in a specific way, and if your map doesn't match that, I can't place them. Yeah, it worked on here because that fitted perfectly, but it doesn't work on most maps because they don't. It only rotates certain ways, like that way. It's exact 4 turn-ins, which is bizarre. Right, anyway, concentrate. Let's get a shed in. Now these aren't bad. But they're not, I don't think they're quite tall enough. I'd prefer these ones. That's smaller, but that's... Actually, that looks almost as tall as the house. Yeah, that's actually going to go... That is really quite reasonable. It's a bit too big. Now that's almost perfect. Now, will I get the mowers under there? That is the real question. I really like this. This is one of my favourite sheds of this type. I know it's not got a back, but it's just... Did I get... I couldn't get the baler under this, but then that was a baler with a windrower, so I don't know. I think that's not bad. I'm just trying to think of height. Now that's much taller. Much taller. I'm not a big fan of... That's why I love the French one, because it's got the... Now they're not very tall. That's the only problem with those. I love this, but again it's got all those posts. It totally ruins it for me. What I mean is the game's difficult enough. I always find the more posts you've got on, the more difficult it is, and there are some times when, as I say, I suppose that's the whether you're a content creator or not, there are sometimes that, why would you make it more difficult for yourself? I do like the easy shed though. I don't mind that because the spacing on that is not bad. But I still think I prefer the French one. It's not. It's the tallness of that though that I like. It's, yeah, I'm thinking of mowers. I know with that you can get the mowers underneath. Let's go sideways. I need to see. I don't want to be going, because we've got to get past that all the time with the lorry. That would steal so much light, do you know? Let's compromise. It's going to have to be that one, because that way my good lady would not kill me for putting a shed. It's not too tall, but it is tall. Now, is that sloping backwards? Yes, it is. Alright, smashing. It's actually going over the field slightly. Let's see if we can come. Okay. I think what we may need to do is, yeah, because they're in the way a little. And we are compromising, so my wife, if you think about it, this is going to become a new fence, isn't it, when you think about it? So just don't. I suppose that is true, actually. If we do that, it actually becomes an extension of the house. Is there a way I can sort of do that so that she could technically have half of the windows still? Yeah. Not perfect, but it still allows quite a lot of light in. It's almost like a bit of a veranda with an overhang, but these windows are totally outside with the beautiful view as ever, apart from if you look left and you see this. But it's not an ugly building, it is. It's a bit of a compromise because I don't think there's anywhere else I can stick that. We need plenty of room down here. We've still got that little bit as well for the implements. I must remember that. I'm a terror. I want to put the rest of the push, yeah, the bale pushers and that over there instead of dropping everything down here. I'm such a terror. I've got to get better. Right. Anyway, enough waffling and going on. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're going to continue with me on this exciting journey. And we have, yeah, we've completely updated. As I said, there's a few little things, if you look closely, on grates. These ones are okay because these were under the ground. Which one did I see earlier that did have grass growing? I think was it the mill ones? No, it was the. I know it's this one. Let me show you. Yeah, I did notice it was this one here. Obviously, we are in time getting rid of these two. I did say that a while back, but yeah, you can see this is what happens. Because it puts it on the floor. The grate still exists on a grated one, although it didn't on that other one, but it does make them look silly, so you'd have to replace it down. But you don't get any umps and bumps. Yeah, there's no horrible moulding. So I would like to do a test that if I took my XML out and put another XML in, like say, I can't do it because I didn't save the original, but if you put the original, I suppose I could, if I put the new farmer XML in and take the XML out of this one and put concrete down in this exact spot, if I place this back and just put the placeables, the XML on, does it put the grate on concrete, so therefore the ferns aren't growing through it? I think it does because it's just texturing. So if it does, then I will have found the answer to my quandary. All I need to do is a bit of swapping of XMLs. You need to swap it in, swap it out, mark on the map by doing a bit of painting. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, if I did... No, that's not what you needed to do. It's this. Yeah, if I did a bit of painting now on this, that's going to record on the ground layer. If I do that, and there, has that done that one there? I can't see anything. Yeah, if I did that, put the original new farmer XML in, the ground is still going to record my bits of concrete. I could then Yeah, no, I could. I know what I know what I'm trying to get at. Then on a new farmer, if I concreted that bit of ground instead of leaving it ferns, when I put the placeable in, obviously you can't make changes with the placeable in, but if I did that and put the placeable in afterwards, it's going to be on concrete and you're not going to get the ferns showing through. So it is a decent way. Yes, it's a little bit faffy, but this is what I was trying to say. I was going to obviously like do editing of the XML. I thought, you know, people need to have specialist pieces of software to edit XMLs. I was thinking not everyone's confident about doing it, but this type of swapping an XML in and out is just grabbing a file, putting it somewhere else, and then grabbing the other one. Or yeah, it is. It's all it is having two XMLs: the original one from New Farmer. Sorry, I'm not making myself clear. The placeables XML. If you move the placeable XML from our original one, put it somewhere safe, which I have done, then I load New Farmer and I grab that XML placeables and stick that in, load my game up, then all of my placeables will disappear. But obviously we're playing around with game mechanics. If then I've made these marks on the ground for all of the ones with grates, or all of my placeables, if I did that on them all, yes, it's going to take half an hour, it's true, but do you want these ferns showing through on your placeables? If you're going to try to get away with a map update, imagine doing it the whole thing from scratch, all that we've done from scratch, and we've got to do that. How long is that going to take compared to swapping in an XML file a couple of times and then concreting under all of these? It would be worth a shot, yeah. I'd literally could video it so you know how easy it is, which is what I did on Hobo's Hollow with this particular thing, which is exactly what I've done on ROMBOZ. These are all our original placeables off our original map put into the map update. This is the only real casualty. On Hobo's Hollow, I had one casualty. The silo, Bavarian pack silo, didn't work, or it's very finicky, although it was always a little finicky. But yeah, apart from that, everything else works. Obviously, I had some trees that I'd left in, say, in the middle of the silo. That was my fault. There's nobody to blame but myself. And I've got a solution for that as well. But yeah, I think going forwards, I wouldn't mind having a go at that and actually doing a video. I do think people don't do it because it's... A lot of people don't want to upset people. Neither did I. Once I realised that how much hard work it was, and if you edited the XML slightly wrong and you forgot to do close brackets, it wouldn't work. And then obviously I could get channel members that say, "Oh, you've ruined my game," and whereas this is just saying, well, just shift this file, the entire file, from there to there, and then shift that file in from there to there. If anything's ruined, it's not because of what I've told you to do, because that works. We've seen this. This is evidence that does. If you did something else as well, now that could, or if a game updated and a mod crashed, then that could do all sorts of things. But again, that wouldn't be me and what I've showed you to do, because what I'm showing you to do is safe. It really is, because I've tried and tested it. This is the only thing that really goes wrong. The ground layer underneath pokes through the mod, and you can see it in the normal disturb simulations. The only evidence you've got is you've got no concrete slab under the BGA, and if you looked into the hopper, it's got plants growing through it. Again, I think if you put concrete down first and then put your placeables back in, I think you'll get away with it. I think you'll have absolutely no problems whatsoever, and it'll probably take you half an hour of a little bit of faffy marking out on the ground with a bit of paint to see where you need to put your concrete down before you put your placeables XML in, and then hey presto, when you put your placeables in, it's also got concrete under it, and you've got none of this bleed of ferns, so yeah, or whatever from the map. Anyway, enough waffling. I really am going this time. Yes, so I am going to say goodbye for now.